I'm Bo Maddox with Robert Ortegon and Frankie Avila. This is Collateral Cinema.
What makes you think you can bullshit your way into my head? Like every other pencil-neck piece of shit!
Welcome to Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, where we focus on good movies, bad movies, and everything else in between in the world of cinema. We're podcasting straight from somewhere in South Texas, and yes, my friends, we are a 420-friendly podcast, so smoke 'em if you got 'em, my friends. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. This is quite an auspicious occasion for us, because this is our first mini-episode focusing on indie filmmaking. What we're doing here is we are making a call out to all the indie filmmakers on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, just all over the internet to start sending us your short or full-length films and we'll review them for you. We'll try to keep things as spoiler-free as we can. And the movie that we have today was sent to us by one Louis Bernard, and it's a little short film, about 25 minutes, by the name of Margam. And we just got through watching it, me and Robert and Frankie, and we were actually quite impressed here. Yeah, this is a very impressive effort here. I mean, I'm not really sure if these filmmakers have actually made anything before this.
Prior to. And
I mean, I think this might be their first effort, but honestly, it's very well done. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I would have to say it is really. I mean, we're shooting for that old school suspense, the darkness like they brought to the 80s and the late 70s, and I haven't really seen it. I watched it a few times, and yeah.
I totally love it. Like I said, I think the acting is amazing, surprisingly, for being what we call low budget, but nowadays, low budget really don't mean shit. You can make a full budget film with an iPhone, which I have seen, so it really just depends on the directing, the camera, shooting, the shots, and
the actors, your crew,
actors.
Much, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And this one really hits all of them the nail on the head, man. I mean, they hit it pretty good.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, everything from the cinematography to the sound design to the acting, and the editing and everything. I mean, it's very, very fluid, very realistic. I mean, it's probably not completely mumblecore levels of realistic, but I mean, it's definitely up there. And
it is.
I mean, the directing is really superb, and the acting is, it's really, really... I've never heard of any of these. I've never heard of any of these actors before. Before I actually talked to this guy Louis Bernard on Twitter.
They're Irish.
Well, yeah. But honestly, I had a really good time watching this. And I think that it's the perfect length. 25 minutes really.
Oh, it kills it.
Yeah.
And I am a huge short film buff. I watch sci-fi, every single genre you could even imagine, and I love indie films, and I always critic them from 1 through 5, and this one would be a 5. And
easily.
The plot and the story, it keeps you going and going. I don't want to give it a spoiler, but
yeah. And brief summary, we have these filmmakers that come to this Irish school called Margam. They're there to film a horror movie, and strange things start happening, and a couple of the filmmakers aren't who they seem. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And
That's
I mean,
fun.
the actual story, I mean, it was very, very straightforward, but honestly, it still brought a great deal of suspense building to
I
the
do
fold.
have to throw one other thing in there too is, man, where they found their set, wherever they rented or shot this movie and everything. It is amazing.
It's an amazing set piece.
I mean,
Yeah, that's where we're
they
trying
had to
shoot
throw
for.
down some
Yeah.
money or something, and they definitely have a very good set. They were able to go through this building and have different scenes and shots for every angle.
You know, we're in Texas too. We got a lot of rundown places like that we can find anywhere.
oh,
for sure,
easily, yeah.
For sure.
Pull an iPhone out of your butt, write a
They
story.
really are.
Oh yeah, I mean this definitely kind of has that feel to it. I mean, especially it's focusing on filmmaking itself, you know.
Margam. Now it's starting, ladies and
Yes, we actually have this on Frankie's phone right now, muted. We're watching it as we do this episode. And right now we're at the scene where the title comes on and it just comes down to the doorway, and
creepy like.
there's lots of really, really beautiful shots like that in this film. The director, the name is Aurélia Marine.
Yeah. And
I mean, the directing is very very superb here. I mean,
Yeah, and what you couldn't emphasize more earlier is the music. I mean,
Oh,
they can't hear it right
definitely.
now, but they really hit it on with the music too. The suspense
Yeah.
kind of builds you up and scares you for a second.
and the sound design is so natural as
yeah.
well.
So whoever the sound guy was, we need to look that up. But
Oh, definitely. I mean, whoever
He
he or
was
she
badass.
was, I mean, they.
Oh, yeah, he or
I mean,
she.
they really, really just hit the target straight in the bullseye on that.
Yep.
Like definitely.
They
I'm an audio engineer. I mean, I live for this sort of thing, especially in film. And man, this is one of those
it lines up.
movies where the audio just kind of makes love to your ears.
Yeah, it's like
pretty much.
perfectly parallel with the movie. You know?
Oh, beautifully.
It's like if you're watching a subtitle movie and you're reading the subtitles and their lips actually look like they're still speaking English, but they're not.
Yeah, definitely. The cinematography in this movie, I mean, the photography itself. I mean, there's never a shot that's useless or that's incongruous. It all just melds together so perfectly.
It is very dark though. And,
It's a dark movie.
and the way
Yeah.
they go off of is the lighting from certain angles and everything, which really makes it impressive. Actually, to tell you the truth, it's a little out there. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it uses some very old school lighting and camera techniques to.
Because in her front right here, she has that blue lighting.
Yeah.
And you would think it'd be dark, but no, there's still a light there that's still.
Yeah, especially in the background.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good background lighting in this movie.
There's that scare shot.
Yeah, there's
about
also a lot of very jump scares that are very organic. You know how a lot of jump scares in films they're just kind of there to just
Throw you
kind
off
of
your
add a
boots.
cheap thrill real
Yeah,
quick. You
when
know, just a
you're-
cheap scare
We're
when
sitting at the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not what you get here. The jump scares actually kind of make sense along with the story and the surrounding and the people who are in this movie as well.
Yeah, and there is some kind of supernatural thing going on because it is a more modern movie, so they do use electronics and cameras and stuff like that. And they see weird and different things whenever they're using those objects.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it ends up happening. Crazy stuff happens because of that. Or it's like a foreshadow. I would say that's what it is. It's a foreshadow.
Oh, definitely. And the editing really adds to the atmosphere of this movie as well. Like, I mean, there are shots that fade in and fade out along with the music and everything. I mean, yeah, it really, really just adds to the overall tension that this movie's trying to build.
It does. It really builds it up for me.
Yeah.
I love the movie. I have no disappointments.
That's what we're
or
gonna
anything.
try to outdo. I don't think we can. We don't
Yeah.
have that much budget yet. but-
Oh, yeah, that's right. Robert and Frankie, they themselves are aspiring filmmakers as well. So
Oh yeah, Frank makes me look good.
Yeah, seeing something like this seems to have lit a little bit of a fire under their ass, so to speak.
Always.
So, what does the overall tone of this movie remind you guys of?
I have a ton of them. I don't know.
The tone, you know, It's real dark. It reminds me of like, you know, how Batman is now, or the one with Christian Bale, how dark it is.
Yeah, it's kind of analogous to that overall tone.
It's more of like, okay, there could have been a first one, and then we went dark on this one, you know. Like,
yeah. I kind of feel that
and
this
Blair Witchy, right? Almost.
this tone kind of reminds me a little bit, you know, not so much thematically, but tonally of the Babadook. A little bit. That's a movie that I have.
Babadook.
The Babadook.
Babadook. Okay, I'm
Babadook.
sorry, Babadook. My bad.
Babadook.
Get it right.
Well,
And
I don't
that
think
is
I
an
don't think
Australian
they,
film,
I
too.
don't think they even get that right in the movie, do they? Do they call it Babadook?
Yeah, the little boy he calls it Babadook.
Right on. Okay, I must be tripping. I need to watch that movie again.
Oh, I love that
But
movie.
yeah, the Babadook was very much just, you know, as far as the tone that the cinematography is going for. That's kind of what it reminded me of a little bit. You know?
Yeah, actually, you're right, and that's because it's foreign, and they might all collaborate. And
Yeah, but it's also
Anyways.
the color scheme that's used.
yeah,
Yeah.
What we were talking about earlier, and you were saying,
Other
what do you
use.
think about this movie and how it relates to other movies or anything like that?
Yeah. What does the tone remind you of?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it tons and thousands of them. It's pretty much a lot of the same plot,
Yeah.
which is
Structurally
great
speaking, yeah.
Which is great because, I mean, everybody has to have something to come off of, you know, and make
Well-
it your own way.
Well, yeah, I mean, the plot kind of adds to that tone because it has very little filler to it. I mean, they really trimmed the fat off of this.
You're
in many
right. You're
ways.
right. Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Yeah, you know, they could have had one scene. That's why it's a 28-minute video. They could
Yeah.
have had one scene that was 10 minutes that they actually reduced into, you know, a minute. And
Yeah.
It makes sense, and you're able to watch a 30-minute video and get a whole movie out of it.
Yeah, it's very much kind of a less is more and a show don't tell kind of approach.
If we can
you know?
do that, if we can just cut straight to the point, you know what I mean? Make a bunch of these, you know what I mean?
All the
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Now, the acting in this movie was very spot on, guys. What do y'all think?
I think it was amazing. Tell you the truth, like I said in the past, I've seen a lot of low budgets, and half of them don't even give half-assed to even showing that they can act. And these people are very into it. And for it being a low budget, it seems like, tell you the truth, it could be on the high quality side, even hit production out of a theater and stuff like that, because the actors are given their full.
Oh, easily. Yeah, this definitely has an overall theatrical flair to it, and the acting really adds to that.
I think the British are like more into their craft too. That's why so many actors in Hollywood are British, dude. Like,
And
I think this is a British and Irish production. I may be wrong. Louis, if we are wrong, correct us.
Sorry,
Yeah,
totally.
Sorry if we were.
you're a great filmmaker, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're an awesome filmmaker. Everybody involved with this was just really spot on. Yeah, I mean, what did you think about the lead actress that was in the film? You know, that was the filmmaker's lead actress.
She portrays the lead woman.
Yeah, the lead woman
for the
that
short film.
for the short film. Yeah, what did you think of her?
What did I think of her? I thought the whole time I'm thinking, okay, what is this chick? She's like deranged a little bit. She's doing all these jump scares, right, out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Is
but
she shouting out for attention? What is she doing, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, she is very, very interesting, as well as the lead character played by Louis Bernard. Is like he's the actual director of the film, I
Yeah.
believe.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he plays his role well, definitely. I mean, a little bit of a real life
He's the one
connection
holding the
there.
flashlight right here, right?
Yeah, I think he's the one who's holding the camera and everything.
Camera and
Yeah,
flashlight.
he's the director of the movie within the movie here, which is another clever angle to take.
And that's the main actress.
Yeah, that's not the main actress. There's a girl who plays the makeup artist.
Another,
Oh, that's right.
Another
Yeah.
supporting actress. Yeah.
She's crazy too. I mean, they're all demented.
But she's great, though. I
It
think
seems
her
like
acting is great.
in the
yeah.
beginning everybody's all sane, and then in the end everybody's insane. So it just is a badass little short.
Yeah, that just kind of undercuts how things go in these types of horror movies.
And the scenario.
I mean, in many ways, this is a scenario that we've seen many times before.
That's what I was
You
going
know,
for.
I mean, no spoilers
but
or
it has
anything.
its own
but
take on it.
Yeah, it has a very interesting take on that scenario, you know, like, and the angle to where this is focusing on filmmakers.
Yeah,
that's another interesting.
Where I'm
angle to
coming
it.
from is I love the fucking shots.
They're
lighting,
so beautiful.
Everything about it is great.
Everything about it. Whoever's filming this, whoever's directing it,
they're
standing there.
Their DP was really
whoever
on
had
point.
the light setting and everything, they were on point, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's some lights with the reds in it. There's some
blue right
There's
there.
kind of some blue lighting.
His
There's
whole
some very
face.
white lighting coming in from the windows and everything.
Oh, the outside, yeah.
Yeah, lots of interesting outside lighting effects.
Look at the stairway. Look at that. Going up. All you see is the columns going up the stairway. That's creepy, you know what I mean?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. And there's a lot of very traditional camera tricks that seem to be used here, right, Robert?
For
Yeah,
sure.
they seem to pull it out very well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of in-camera editing in some ways going on here.
Going back to old school again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Being able to pull it
I know
off.
all of it.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
We can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, definitely.
We had to get silent
we're just
because there's a
watching
scary
Yeah,
part on the
there's a
video.
little bit of a scary part on the video. We had to get silent for a second. I mean,
watching it.
we're not going to describe it, of course. Spoiler free. Got to keep it spoiler free.
Spoiler free.
But
They don't even want us to have this yet. Yeah. But they wanted us to do this podcast.
yeah. Well, I mean, originally, Mr. Bernard gave us just a link to his video in general. I mean, I think that he was just giving it out to whoever might be interested in reviewing it. You know,
awesome.
and I just went ahead and got back to him. And he seems like a nice guy. I mean, here he is right now in the film that we're watching.
I bet
right
he
now.
smokes pot.
Oh, I don't know.
What'd you say?
He could probably
I bet they all do.
confirm. I bet they
I
all
thought
do.
you said you doubt it. I was like, no way. Everybody's supposed to fuck pot.
Yeah, I bet they
Come on,
all
we're
do.
artists. Come on.
Well, I mean, I'm not really sure
Exactly.
how available marijuana is over in that particular.
Shit,
area.
Amsterdam's right around the way. He's only got to go across the fucking ocean, you know?
Across the ocean. I don't know if your geography is on point there.
Yeah. Ireland to fucking Amsterdam.
Yeah, I think that would take probably quite a few days. I would think.
I don't care.
Oh wow.
He's
I
gonna
don't
smoke.
care. Gotta smoke.
That's edited out.
But Louis, if you do smoke, we will totally burn one with you, man. Totally burn one with you.
Totally.
That stays.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry, we're complete idiots. I mean, not totally.
I'm
but
having a little too much fun here.
Oh yeah, a little too much fun.
I'm talking to myself.
Now, what do you think about the actual writing here?
Oh,
Like,
shit, like
without
screenplay?
without the screenplay and everything, without giving away any spoilers. Like, I mean, what points do you think it hits, and what points do you think it doesn't hit? Because to me, I think that it's a very solid script for the allotted amount of time. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said earlier, it has very little filler. I mean,
Well,
it's
the
very
intro,
lean.
the intro takes up half of the video.
And the intro is very
you're
interesting
right.
because it's mostly music with a bunch of edits without
Yeah.
any other sound or anything.
And
It's-
that's where the plot comes. And
And-
you're like, are these guys going camping? What are they gonna be doing?
yeah, you don't know what they're doing until they actually get into the building. And then you find out that they're filmmakers.
It's a student
Yeah.
project, college project or something, right?
And exactly.
Something to that effect. Yeah.
Walk themselves in and try to get the full effect and see what's gonna happen. And
See,
finally, they
Yeah.
feel the realization
I'm
of
waiting
what's
for
actually happening.
I'm waiting for Sam and Dean Winchester to pop out.
But I mean, I think that the screenplay really.
Oh, there you go.
It kind of reminds me of something like It Comes at Night, kind of, just in the pacing and everything, you know, a little bit. But I mean, a lot more condensed than that. I mean, I don't know if y'all have seen that movie yet, but I mean, it's a really good movie. And this movie right here kind of reminds me of this. This kind of feels like an A24 kind of project in many ways, but.
So more money backing it, but they were able to pretty much do the same thing with.
Well, I mean, I'm not really sure what the budget was for this. I haven't really confirmed it, but I mean, I'm sure that it's not a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need to bring some great actor in there to.
Yeah, but I mean, if that's the case, this right here shows that you can really make something that is full-on professional quality, even on a shoestring budget. You know,
it has.
You know what John Carpenter says?
What's that?
John Carpenter says, just pick up a video camera, start shooting.
Just start shooting.
Start shooting.
And in many ways, the characters in this movie, that's what they're doing here. You know,
anybody can do it.
I mean, they're literally filming on a little digital camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, they scouted a location and they procured it, and you know, I mean, yeah, I think that this is very much about the filmmaking process in many ways.
I'm inspired.
I'm very inspired too.
This inspires me to kind of reach newer heights.
Definitely.
You know,
and also get better acting skills. Hey, because these guys, they're killing it. No, they really do.
They're very on point. Yeah, I mean, they really convey real emotion here.
They make you feel their fear. They make you feel their intentions and everything like that.
Yeah, and their intensity and everything.
Intensity.
Like, yeah, definitely.
there you go. That panicky.
Yeah.
That's a lot again going back to the 80s.
And,
and that suspense building as well.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, that's what actually adds to the suspense.
If we can still pull it off with just a camera and just like
and somebody with some
shakes,
and a decent actor in front of you, the camera.
Real actors.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Put one real actor in there, at least.
At least.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, like that movie that Frankie was showing us earlier, Incubus. It's
Robert
like,
Englund.
That had Robert Englund in it,
Yeah,
and he was killing it, but everybody else was just shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like total shit, you know.
That is a great example.
That's fantastic.
And honestly, you know, I mean, those types of movies, they can be charming. You know, I mean, they're still independent. They're still independent, and they still inspire people to to make movies. But movies like this show that you can still make something of real quality. You know, if you really, really, really put the work into it.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna go from 1 to 10 right here on this video. 1, starting out, it's pretty nice. I love the quality. The actors are awesome.
Oh yeah.
The music lines up with the points of scaring you. It brings it out, makes you feel the movie. And then you have the suspense. You don't see much. And you're like, what's going on? What's going on? It's a mystery. And then all of a sudden you're like, dude, somebody's done or something. So, and then you keep watching. It keeps you in there. For a 30-minute film, you're like, all right, come on, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next?
Exactly.
Oh, definitely. It really keeps you at the edge of your seat.
I want to see this thing to the very end.
What's
going to happen?
Yep. And that's all it takes, really.
Yeah.
If it's a horror film, if it was shitty, I would guarantee I would just flip it off. But nope, this one keeps you going.
Do you guys think that this would work as a full length?
Yeah, it would.
For an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how do you think that they would stretch something like this out?
I want to see what happened in the first half before they get out of that car.
Yeah.
Before the credits starts playing. I think there could have been something before that. You know?
Yeah, there could have been a little cold opening.
I even said something about that earlier. I was like, I love how they shortened 15-minute scenes to 3-minute scenes.
Yeah, definitely.
But okay, they can extend them to those amounts.
Yeah, the
get away with it.
The director, Aurélia Marine, I mean, really just condensed so much into so few shots.
And it works.
Oh, man.
It works.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's why I love those short budgets. I mean, low budgets and short films, indie films and stuff like that. I watch a lot of them.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
It's really the best way for filmmakers to cut their teeth and really start getting out there and getting into the swing of making movies. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as aspiring filmmakers yourselves, I mean, what is your opinion on that? Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'll take it all day long.
I mean,
if I could ever get in contact with these guys
if
or
we
anything like that.
the thing is, if we can ever get a good enough team together, that'd be freaking awesome.
That's all we need.
You know what I mean?
and these guys right here, like, I mean, we're watching the credits right now. It's like
It's short.
Yeah, they didn't seem to have a huge crew. I mean, it's still pretty big enough to pull something like this off. But you know,
At least
I mean,
$100,000 budget.
you think it's at least that?
It looks
I would
like
say
it.
about
I mean,
so.
hand me less than that, we'll make you something great.
Well, once
You
again,
gotta text
Lewis, totally correct us whichever way you feel you should.
Well, I just
honestly,
say
we're
$500,000. Like what?
yeah, we're a bunch of silly, ignorant Americans. What do we know, right, guys?
Yeah, I'm still on the new Strangers 2 that just came out. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Not to go off on a tangent, but yeah, Strangers 2 just released here.
It just dropped last night, so you know that's on my mind.
What?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the new Strangers movie.
Strangers
That's
2,
fine.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it dropped last night.
Dropped last night,
Fine.
man. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking.
We
You
should
still
go.
haven't even seen the series.
I've seen the first Strangers. No, Strangers. With the 3 people in the masks.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole movie. It has Liv Tyler.
Oh.
That one looks
Yeah.
like Betty or
I'm
something.
gonna be knocking on the door because
Yeah.
you went to go get cigarettes and never came back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven Tyler's
Something
daughter,
like
dude.
All right, I get you now.
The second one just dropped last night, dude.
There's a lot of strangers. I was
Yeah, I'm
thinking about
definitely-
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, Netflix original.
I'm definitely looking forward to that movie, and ladies and gentlemen, that might actually be one of our first on-screen episodes.
We
would
should.
be the
What,
Strangers.
Stranger Things?
Like
Yeah, you
the
guys-
Strangers,
Let's go to the movies, dude.
the Strangers 2 or something
Stranger
like that.
Things, man. Y'all are fucking
We could do
killing me.
We could do Stranger Things.
You've never seen it. He's never seen
Like
it.
we could watch that, and we
It's
can do
such a good
some
series.
We can do something for Collateral Cinema for Stranger Things. I'm sure. I don't see why
Such
not.
a good series. I hate you.
So, guys, what are your final assessments of the movie Margam? What do y'all think of this ultimately? I mean, Frankie went into it a little bit. I mean, do you want to add anything more to that?
I'll just say the same thing again. Ultimately, camera guy, badass.
Sound design people were
Sound
spot on.
Sound was spot on.
Editing was fantastic, really.
Yeah, the directing.
Spot
I mean,
on.
even just movements of the body. Usually, you can see low budget movies, and some people are like awkwardly moving and shit. Like, no, they were fluent. You know, it made it seem like it was a real production movie.
It had a very natural feel to it.
Yeah, it sucks you
Yeah,
in.
these guys, they were very real with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
very real and very
brought it.
sincere filmmaking.
I think they brought it too.
Yeah, and when it comes to horror, sincerity will take you quite a bit. It'll take you far, you know.
Well, at the end, it just leaves you on that. That's the cut.
It's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's
It's a cliffhanger. Yeah. I mean, without spoilers,
No,
I mean, it does
you
leave
have to
you.
cut that. You can't even say it's a cliffhanger because then everybody's gonna
No,
know
I
it.
mean, if
We
it's
can.
a cliffhanger, I mean,
everybody's
as long as you
gonna
don't
know it's a cliffhanger.
as long as you don't describe what that cliffhanger is and how it plays out, I'm sure that it doesn't qualify as a spoiler.
Like an
I
old-
guarantee if you told me it was a cliffhanger, I probably wouldn't even.
I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to leave a comment on any one of the podcast on the podcast apps and tell us what y'all think about that. I'm kind of interested to hear what people will say about that. But I mean, on a scale of 1 to 5, what would y'all give this?
Oh, I'd give it all the way to 5
All the way to 5?
because
I give it a 5.
they did a great job.
I
Yeah,
give it a 5.
I think I would
5.
comfortably give this a 5. I mean,
I didn't see no disappointments.
Oh,
Music wise.
I mean, just so everybody knows, we're not going to be this magnanimous towards every movie indie
Yeah.
film that
Oh,
comes
no.
to us.
We
You know,
just
we're
got
going to
that.
be critical.
I'm
but-
very
we just got done with
biased.
Foo Fighters, remember?
Yeah, we just got done with Food Fight. Exactly.
I'm very biased. I guarantee this.
But I mean, let's face it. When a filmmaker knocks it out of the park, they knock it out of the park, and that's what happened here. So, ladies and gentlemen, definitely check out Margam if you can. You can find the producer, Louis Bernard, at Louis G. Bernard on Twitter. You can find Collateral Cinema on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, Podbean, and we definitely look forward to doing more of these episodes because, I mean, indie filmmakers, our email is collateralcinemamoviepodcast@gmail.com. Send us the links to your movies. You can even DM us on Twitter or whatnot, and we will watch your movies, and we will try to be as honest and spoiler-free as we can, and we will have a lot of fun doing it as well. What do y'all think?
Oh, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. High five.
High five.
Knocked it out of the park.
Knocking out of the park, that's right. High five, and a high five to Luigi Bernard and Aurélia Marine and everybody involved in this movie.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, please make something full length, guys. We definitely want to see this.
I'm down.
I'm totally down. We will definitely watch what you guys give us. So yeah, horror fans, movie fans, cinephiles, look for this movie.
We are Collateral.
We are Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, and we are out.
Howdy.
5,000 like
Peace.
Andre.
Out.